Hey everyone, so in 3.10 a lot more ships became available to purchase in-game, and one of the most exciting ones in my opinion is the Esperia Prowler. At only 2.5 million credits in-game, I had to pick one up and check it out, and the timing is pretty good with the new Talon release, to check out some of this Teverin technology. So a brief overview on this ship is that it's made in-game by the company Esperia, who reproduces alien ships for human use. The alien race that made this ship originally were called the Teverin, which is a bird-like species from what I know, and this can be seen in the design of their ships. So the Prowler here is a stealth dropship, and it can carry quite a few troops, but not any vehicles. It's designed for this task pretty well too, since it has this rear exit ramp with cover for the troops on the side, and there also are a lot of these individual doors with air shields, and while the ship is landed the wings fold down and give them some cover too. So it's not as capable as the Valkyrie since it can't bring vehicles along with it, and it doesn't have the turret coverage of the Valkyrie either, but it definitely will get some troops on the ground unnoticed. However, there isn't really any reason to use it in this role right now since there aren't any missions where a dropship would be needed. Thankfully for the Prowler though, it's one of the best combat ships in the game right now. Unfortunately I was unable to fly this ship in 3.9 because I did hear that they adjusted its maneuverability to make it a little bit worse since this is a dropship and not a fighter, but I still had no issues with the maneuverability in 3.10. Just to give some perspective on how good this thing's stats are, it has the same number of shield slots as the Vanguard series of heavy fighters, and it has more firepower, which is all gimbaled, unlike the small nose guns on the Vanguard. The Vanguards do have missiles, which this ship does not, but it's impressive that this dropship is comparable to those heavy fighters. Also, this ship has some of the best shields in the game, depending on how you want your shields to behave. So these Sucheron shields, which can only be acquired through owning a Prowler, have the most health of any shield of their size, and have 100% ballistic protection. So that means that in this ship with 2 medium shields, you have the same amount of shield health or more than some large shields, and you won't take any damage from ballistics until they go down. However, they do recharge very slowly, so if they go down, you're in trouble. So I've been showing some footage of the Prowler using its stock loadout, which is okay, but I want to use this for taking on a lot of NPC missions, so I need to switch out the ballistics so I don't have to worry about ammo. And the CF series repeaters have higher DPS than what comes with its stock anyway. Also, these cannons seem to have some sort of overheating issue, which is pretty annoying. Even though the cooling on the ship is more than enough, they were constantly overheating on me. So here's my upgraded loadout, and basically I just changed the only weak point of this ship for me, which was the weapons. These laser repeaters sacrifice a bit of range, but as you'll see they really melt through smaller ships, and this ship is a real beast with these changes. I also went ahead and got a cross-field quantum drive for this ship, which makes traveling around the verse very convenient since it's so fast. Whenever I have the chance to throw one of those in one of my ships, I always do. So I had the cross-field already from Port Olazar, and I just dipped over to Hurl 2 to grab the guns.
Quantum travel complete.
With these upgrades, I love this ship for daily use since it works pretty well in atmosphere, as it should since it's a dropship, and it handles combat very well. It also just looks very cool with the alien design, and I always love a black and red color scheme. So I'm going to just play a bit more combat footage with this upgraded loadout, because you don't really need to see much to get the idea. Just as a reference point, imagine flying a ship with almost as much firepower as a Constellation, but that is actually maneuverable. So yeah, this ship can handle any sort of NPC combat mission, and as long as you don't need missiles, it's pretty much everything you'd ever need. So if this footage hasn't already convinced you, I'd definitely recommend this ship. It's cool looking, pretty affordable in game, and very capable. Based on this ship, I'm very excited to see what the Talon will be like when it comes out this December. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.